Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Nintendo Switch games to buy before they become rare and expensive. And the first game that I have to talk about is Animal Well, because no longer is Animal Well behind the shackles of limited run for a physical copy of this game. That is right, this game now has a standard retail release through Lost in Cult, and I know it's in stock right now at Video Games Plus. If it is anywhere else like Amazon, I will go ahead and put the link in the description. And if you don't know what Animal Well is, it is an indie game, and it's basically like a Metroidvania kind of puzzle platformer type of game. But it is definitely really cool to see this game follow the trend that a lot of other limited release games have been following of getting standard retail releases. I made a whole video about this recently, and I'll go ahead and put that up on the end screen of this video if you want to watch it. I do cover some other games that were once only made through limited print companies like Limited Run, Super Rare Games, etc., that now have standard retail releases. So I really hope to see this trend continue further into 2026 and beyond. Just like I would like to see this channel growing further into 2026 and beyond. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, please hit the like button, please hit the hype button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I really do appreciate all the support. But let's keep this video going with Trails in the Sky First Chapter. Now this is just their standard edition. I've talked about this before. I believe at the very least this game will definitely hold its value. It's a great game, by the way. I think I'm close to the end of it now, at least getting there. But I wanted to talk about this game again because Video Games Plus has the Steelbook edition in, which is through limited run. So you know for sure that the Steelbook is definitely going to become rare and expensive. And honestly, it's already a bit on the expensive side. Since I already have the standard version, I definitely wouldn't bother with the Steelbook myself. But for those who are interested in buying this game or super fans of the series, I believe it's going for about 90 USD, and that's definitely only going to get more expensive over time, unfortunately, especially after it sells out. But before I do move on to the next game, I just want to talk a little bit about Trails in the Sky First Chapter. This is a phenomenal turn-based JRPG. It does have some quick battles that you can do with action combat as well, but the real meat and potatoes is in the turn-based combat. It has a really good story, really good writing, really good attention to detail, really memorable and well-written characters, phenomenal music. If you're a fan of JRPGs, I highly recommend picking this game up because you will definitely not regret it. And speaking of Trails, I do have to talk once again about some Trails games that I talked about very early on in this series, because Video Games Plus currently has Trails to Azure in stock. And if you don't know, Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure are both games that are kind of scalped, sold at high prices from resellers. Unfortunately, Trails from Zero, every time they put it up, it quickly sells out, and it's sold out already. But I just wanted to mention it because this is actually the place to start if you want to play these games. Trails from Azure is the sequel from Trails to Zero, even though that's the only one in stock. I just wanted to mention Trails from Zero because, yeah, you would need to play it first. And if you're lucky enough maybe to find it somewhere like at a GameStop used or something, definitely pick it up ASAP if you're interested in these games at all. And another JRPG, a really niche JRPG I might add, that I have covered previously in this series is the 100 Line The Last Defense Academy. I have to bring it up again because both Video Games Plus and I believe also PNP Games have this game back in stock, because this is another one of those really niche JRPGs that is currently being scalped by resellers selling it for ridiculous prices on eBay. But I believe from Video Games Plus and I think PNP Games as well, you can get this game for like 50 USD. So if you're interested in it, definitely pick it up before it sells out. And I'm not trying to tell you to go and FOMO buy or buy these games as investments or anything. This is just for the true hobbyists who want to play these games or have them in their collection, because some people just like to collect them. Whatever you enjoy, just enjoy it. And another niche kind of hard to find Nintendo Switch game is currently back in stock at Video Games Plus, and I believe PNP Games as well, is Corpse Party Tetralogy Pack. And this is a collection that I believe has 4 games of these kind of survival horror adventure visual novel style games. Now the thing about this game is it didn't get a Western release at all, so the only way to get a physical copy is to get this Japanese import version. So I definitely think that this game is going to hold its value and possibly become rare and expensive in the future. I mean, it's a visual novel kind of horror type of game. Those games usually do end up being the ones that become rare and expensive further down the line. So for the rest of this video, I just want to cover some other physical games from my own collection that I definitely believe are becoming harder to find already, and at the very least are going to hold their value or become more expensive. The first one of those from that batch is Burnout Paradise Remastered, because this used to be a game that you could easily find at any Walmart for 20 bucks, but now it is definitely getting harder to find, and I've noticed some resellers on places like eBay already raising the price, trying to sell this for 30 and 40 when you used to be able to find it for 20. And this is just considered one of the best open world arcade racing games ever made. I'm definitely interested in checking this one out soon. I might just end up getting around to it this year and seeing how it runs on the Switch too, but I heard that it runs just fine on the regular Nintendo Switch and everything. And then another game I wanted to cover is Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Dang, I had to say that 3 times to get it right, huh? But this is like a game that's kind of like a Jet Set Radio inspired game. Looks really cool, has a really nice art style. I think the cheapest that you could find this game used to be like less than 15 bucks at one point at GameStop. It's still a cheap game that you can get between 20 and 30, but just because it is a pretty cool indie game that you don't really see everywhere, I could see this one going up a bit over time. This is probably one of the least on this list that I would expect to really become rare and expensive, but I just wanted to throw it on here because it's a cool looking game and something that I want to check out eventually anyway. But another game that I could definitely see becoming rare and expensive is a game by Square Enix. It is a strategy JRPG, but I think it kind of plays out in real time. The only person that I ever really heard review this game or talk about this game good was Happy Console Gamer. But this game is the Dio Field Chronicle, and this is one of those games that just really didn't sell well for Square Enix, so it's not likely that there's really even going to be a lot of demand for this game. This is one that just might not really get reprinted at all or anything, so I think this is one to keep an eye on, especially if you like collecting Square Enix JRPGs. And then the last game on this list that I just wanted to put on here is one that I've talked about on the channel before, but it's a really good fighting game, Nintendo Switch exclusive, and that game is ARMS. This is one that you just definitely don't see out there like that anymore. I don't think this is really currently in print, and I believe over time this is definitely going to be a game that's going to get more expensive and definitely harder to find. But this is a really fun game. I haven't played it in a good while, but I know every time I used to, the online community was really active online in this game. Really fun for that. Has a decent amount of game modes, not a ton of content, but what it does have is good. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to help me out in the algorithm by hitting the like and the hype button, and I will definitely catch you all on the next one.